What's up with parents saying, "Come eat dinner with the family"? Eating dinner with your family isn't the problem here. What's happening while you eat dinner is the problem. Your experiences aren't necessarily the same as everyone's. Growing up, my family ate dinner together at the table, but there was never a TV on and there weren't rules, in spoken or not, about who could talk. Now that I have kids, my preference would be to share. I'll always eat at the table. But my wife, who had a dude upbringing, is cool eating in the living room. We compromise and have a nice Sunday dinner at the table, where again there's no TV or electronic devices and my kids can jabber about Spider-Man or lol dolls, if that's what they want to talk about. Intention is good, execution is flawed. My kids are in double-figure ages now, and are getting more and more independent by the day. So I want to cherish what time we have left before they finally fly the coop and start their own lives. I don't want them thinking their dad wasn't interested in their lives, their day at school, their interests, etc. So when we do this, I ask, they talk, and I listen. It just sounds like, as respectfully as I can say this, your dad sucks, and I'm sorry. I can't speak for your parents, but for me, as a kid, my family ate dinner together. Now that I'm a dad, my family eats dinner together. That sounds awful. Sounds like they're just trying to emulate the traditional family dinner but failing at it pretty badly. A family eating together is a well-documented benefit to the children. As the children progress in age, it's just as important. The things your parents are watching on the news and then talking about at dinner are important to them, and they think it's a way to impart their values onto their children. This backfires when the children move into teenagers and are starting to form their own opinions and values if the parents are only talking to the children and not listening to the children. If you're all listening to the same news, ask them questions about why they say and think things. Actually converse with them. Ask the questions you want to ask. Ask them to turn off the TV and talk about something that interests you. They're not mind readers. When we raised our kids, at supper time we would turn on some music and would pick a topic: space, video games, technology, music, whatever, and then just start talking about it. We were all avid. One of us found a good book. We would pass it around the house so everyone could read it and sometimes talk about that. Sometimes we would talk about our own childhoods, reminisce about theirs. Supper time was big for us. We'd all be in each other's way in the kitchen, everyone with a spoon out, tasting. Most times you had a lot less by the time it got to the table. Have some great stories about supper times with my kids that we talk about now around the supper table with them as adults, and will with our grandkids. Someday slightly smiling face. If they can ask you to dinner, you can ask him to turn the TV off while y'all eat. Sounds very sad, but I can relate to it to a degree. My parents didn't want to listen to me either and had the TV on. I hated and told them straightforward that they have to choose. We sit together and talk, or I eat alone and they watch TV. They have chosen the first. But county plain S about everyone and everything in their lives. Today I have kids on my own and we sit together and talk about the day. At least about what they want to tell me. When some friends of them eat with us, they are confused about that because they don't know it that way. So you are not alone in this. But it can be different for sure. The issue is your family. When I was a kid, I used to think family dinners were silly. We would wait for Dad to get home. I would set the table while Mom finished cooking. We'd sit down. Couldn't start eating till Dad served himself first. I wanted to just get my plate and sit in the couch to eat. But I'm 32 now, and it has a nostalgia feeling attached to those memories. I doubt I'll ever have kids. But if I do, we'd do family dinner. It was nice just being in the same room and chatting. In my case, sibling and I didn't talk much to my parents whilst eating dinner. But they made a point for the four of us to eat together at the same time. Over the years my parents never vocalized it, especially my dad, but I noticed that it's the easiest excuse to get us all together in the same place every day. They just wanted to feel our presence, to know we are there. So probably just seeing us was sufficient. As children, we may not have realized how much significance our parents placed into something seemingly minor, like being able to sit next to us at the dining table. That was over 15 years ago. Then Mom passed away. Work schedules got in the way. Sibling and I bought our houses and moved out, and we have our own families. It was a gradual shift, but natural. That dad ended up just having dinner by himself most nights. Now it's every night, and he lives alone in the house we grew up in. In hindsight, we took for granted those evenings we could just easily step out of our bedrooms and head to the dining room, sit down with Mom and Dad. Nowadays, every so often we all schedule a time go back to have dinner at Dad's. We still don't talk much at the table. I mean, he talks more to our kids than he does to us. But yeah, talking was never the point. I grew up this same way. TV trays for dinner, Fox News on, and parents screaming about the libtards and goddamn NRS. I'm right there with you. I turned 18 and got the hell out and never went back. Things can be better. I'm so sorry. There is a way you can go into the settings and remove Fox News channel from that TV. I found out about it on Reddit. You'll have to do your own research, but it isn't that hard. My dad spent more time listening to Brian Williams, former lead anchor for NBC Nightly News, at dinner than he did me. It's not a you thing. I've talked about this issue in therapy a lot. It's one of the reasons my parents and I aren't very close nowadays. That kind of social difference has been repeated in every generation for a variety of reasons. But if your parents are there for you, provide for you and care for you, at least show them the respect of doing something they ask for 30 minutes a day. I'd just casually suggest someone put Trump in prison and see what happens. We ate dinner together as a family almost every night. No TV, no phone, no friends over. We had to talk about our day, what our plans were for the next day or the weekend. It was horrible, but now, as an adult, I'm so thankful for the time we spent together. My sister has instituted, at her house, a no phone rule at the table, and the one person who always gets called out is my mom. My nephew will say, "Nana, phone," and waits for her to put it away. I think this post says more about the brainwashing effect Fox News has had on people than the desire for families to eat together. Eating dinner as a family is a cornerstone of American life. I've no doubt your parents were made to eat their dinner as a family growing up. What is different is that in our parents' generation, there wasn't an entertainment news channel like Fox News that led the dinner conversation. Eating together with friends and family is an important thing in a lot of cultures. I think it's a good thing. But a toxic family is a toxic family. Sounds like yours is hoping that maintaining the artificial appearance of a happy family will lead to a happy family. Good luck with that, lol.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.